Yo, friend, what's up? It's your boy, Sebastian J. Sanders. You already know what it is. We back with another Money Mondays video. Yo, today, we're going to talk social media. We're going to talk how to build a brand and build an online community. In today's world, you have influencers who are 10 years old, 12 years old, even 60-year-old influencers making thousands, millions of dollars off of social media. They make a post. They're able to get monetization via YouTube, via TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, right? And they're going viral. Companies are reaching out to them. They're getting these brand deals. Man, every day, the internet is making millionaires. But the key to this is you have to build a community. When building a community, it's important that you just realize, like, hey, it's not about the numbers. It's about the quality. I don't know if y'all saw this, man, a few years ago. There was an influencer. She dropped a, I think it was like a t-shirt, right? Some type of clothing line. She had like 100,000 followers. With 100,000 followers, you automatically think, oh, you got 100,000, at least 500 to 1,000 of those people should be your customers, right? They should purchase from you. And it was so sad that she reported, I didn't get any sales. And so I'm looking back, I'm like, you got 100,000 followers. You dropped the product. Okay, decent looking t-shirt. I think you got some fans. I'm at least sell one t-shirt. She didn't sell one. And so I took from that was, it's quality over quantity. I know some people with 500 followers, 800 followers, but they're knit tight with their people. Their people love them. They rock with them. So whatever they drop or whatever they're releasing, they're getting instant sales because they have a community. There's a difference in having a bunch of followers and then having a community. The key to being successful and running the numbers up is you want to create a relationship with your followers. You want to create something intentional with them. I don't want you just to follow me. I want you to learn from me. I want you to be motivated from me. But I also want you to know that I'm a person at the end of the day. I'm not just dropping the content for the numbers. So the key, number one step in building that community is you got to figure out a niche, right? I always tell people, when I first started my business, Sanders Hand, I didn't have a niche at first. I was trying to do so many different things. When I doubled down and figured out what my niche exactly is, we took off and we're able to be super successful because we know who our target audience is. The number one thing in building your community is you want to figure out your niche. In addition to figuring out your niche, you need to figure out which platform works for you. You can't have all four. I'm sorry. Like, there's no way you're going to be able to manage all four. At least pick two. When I first started, I had Twitter and Instagram. Twitter is a great one, but it's not, to me, it doesn't do well for what I put out. So I said, I got to figure out something else. I'm not making no money off of Twitter. I'm getting some money off Instagram, but I'm not getting any money off Twitter. I turned to LinkedIn when I was a sophomore in college. I've always wanted to be a business manager. I always wanted to go into business management. That's what I went to school for. So I've always been infatuated. I fell in love with business. So LinkedIn was perfect because I get to connect with business professionals. Created a LinkedIn account. I've been grinding on LinkedIn for the last couple of years. I have over 12,000 followers via LinkedIn. We get a lot of deals off of LinkedIn, get a lot of speaking engagements strictly from LinkedIn. And so the number one step, as I said, I built a niche. I figured out what my niche is. My niche is education, social awareness, community issues, nonprofits, right? I need to cater towards that. Figured out my niche and I figured out my platforms, which is Instagram and LinkedIn. Facebook as well, but those are my top two. Those are the ones I put a lot of engagement into. So you got your niche, you got your platforms. Let's go get the audience. I'm gonna give you a cheat code. Now, this is an old school cheat code. You may say, I ain't got time for that. You gotta follow people. When we first started Sanders Hand, I used to go to nonprofit accounts that look just like us, and I went to donor accounts, and I just followed everybody, right? But when I followed them, I just didn't follow them for the numbers. Don't go around following everybody because you want 1,000 followers. No, you message these people. Some of these people have a specific thing that you may need. You send out a mass message. In this message, we're just letting you know this is what we do, this is what we're looking to serve. How can I be of service? The key to building an online community, you don't want to always take. You don't always want to drop stuff to get those sales. You want to give to your community. You want to figure out what does my community need and how can I add value. We added value to other nonprofit organizations and to teachers and to donors because we're servicing youth through education. We're providing entrepreneurial skills to kids through education. We're serving a niche. So when we're serving that niche, people looking at it like, hey, I got some kids that I can send to your program that I need developed into business entrepreneurs. Or a donor may say, hey, I'm looking to give money to communities and minorities who are doing for the community. We're serving each other. We have that partnership. The money is in the DMs. Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. We didn't made a lot of business deals strictly off of the DMs, off of us just sending messages. And you may say I'm not DMing that account because they only have 80 followers. I remember the first person I ever DM'd. It was this business. I think it was in South Carolina. It was a veteran business. They create veteran like items for veterans and they sell it. But everything that they sell is 20% donated to an organization. We DM'd them. We created a partnership. They donated $700 off of their sales to our scholarship. And that was off of a DM. Now, we be sliding in the DMs all the time. You may see a pretty girl, or you may say, oh, I like this guy, he looks good. You slide in somebody's DMs, slide in the DMs for your business. There is money in the DMs. So when you're building this social community brand, you're building your online presence, create relationships. They may not DM you back tomorrow. They may not DM you back to next month. But trust me, the person's going to see that. And I have a testimony. I messaged somebody on LinkedIn, and a year later, she reached out to me for Juneteenth. She said, hey, Sebastian, our company needs a speaker to come in and speak for Juneteenth. Are you available? And this is somebody I messaged a whole year in advance, and they didn't even respond. But they responded a whole year later saying, I remember you DMing me. Can you come speak? Right, that's a check. Guys, there is money in the DMs. There's money in your brand, but you have to preserve quality over quantity. Quality followers, quality messages, right? So you got your niche, you built your niche, you found your right platform, you got your target audience, you sent some messages out. Now you're rolling. You got your social online brand. In addition to that, support your people. When your people are posting stuff, make sure you're liking and you're commenting on what they're doing. Make sure you're engaging with them. You want to go viral, right? You want to put out content, but you ain't like nobody else's content. Man, you got to give to receive sometimes. So you have to learn how to give back to your people when you're building your online brand. I just gave you 4 strategies on how to build your brand and get some money off of social media. It's about building an online community. It's about when your back is against the wall and somebody's trying to cancel you, but your community steps up for you and be like, hey, I know Sebastian, I know Sally, I know Lil Jojo. They do good at what they do. They can vouch for you. When people want to book you for something, a lot of times they go to your social media and they go through your presence and they go through your engagement. They see, okay, they got a lot of followers, but they got some real traction. They got people commenting on what they're doing. They got people with testimonials. And the 5th one, I shouldn't give y'all this, I'm gonna give it to you for free. The 5th strategy, testimonials. You need testimonials for all of your businesses. You need people to say, I work with Little Sally. I work with Little JoJo. They know what they're doing. You need testimonials for your business. You got to see it to believe it, and you're building your online community. You know what it is, man. Money Mondays.